What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Grayscale trusts today. We're going to talk about BCHG, LTCN, G-Link, and HZen in this video. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. I did make a link video today. I made a BCH video earlier. I should make a Litecoin video and a Zen video, honestly, so that'll probably be coming out next. If I don't get to one of them, I'll get to whichever one I didn't get to tonight. I'll get to it tomorrow morning. Anyways, hit the like button, you guys. Let's get to it. Okay, I don't want to make this video super long. Good job for the BCHG people. I'm sure that this is a nice little sigh of relief, 20% up today, although it doesn't compare at all to the suffrage that you've been through since April of 2024. For the last year, really, it's been in a bear market of its own. It's crazy. I really do blame the trusts for having those PP sales, the private placement funds, right? Those things I think really are what's wrecking the markets here. You get those unlocks. Just long story short, I think that's exactly why it's had a hell of a time moving up. And also beyond that, the underlying assets as well have been underperforming for the last year compared to what we expected them to be as well. If we look at this from an overall high to low, we haven't even hit the 236 yet. Oftentimes people will ask me in situations like this, I got out down there, is it still a good time to get in? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I don't know, man. I think below the 236, it's probably the most opportunistic opportunity to buy. I really do think that BCHG is on its way up from here. I feel like we found the low, guys. You've been through the blender. You've been through I don't even know what to call it, man. You've been through it. And I think that that's it. If we're looking at the weekly RSI, you do have a bottom here, a higher bottom here, a higher low. With bullish divergence here, you are not closing this week green yet, but you did close last week green, and that confirms this bullish divergence. That implies that BCHG is at least destined to see prices at $4.57. But hold up now, that would imply higher targets as well. If you hit 457, that means you're interacting with the 236. And if you interact with the 236, then you are at least going to interact with the 382. So by default, this bullish divergence is telling you you're likely going to see prices at $6. You're at 368 now. $6 or around there is the target area that you're going to go to, and likely on a weekly time frame. This would mean well before probably the end of this month. I think over the coming weeks, by the end of the month, I would assume that you are back above $7. Going into April, you might even be on your way upwards to $10 or more. This thing, we know when it does decide to move, it can move very fast. Make no mistake, you guys, you're at the same price back here in February of 2024, at the end of February, basically the beginning of March, like we are now. This week started on a Monday on the 26th, so actually it was the first week of March. We're in the first week of March now. Same exact time. It's kind of crazy how that happens, right? Cyclicality. It took you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. By the 1st of April, you were all the way up at $23. Who's to say it can't happen again? Who's to say it can't? I'm not saying that it does, but I'm just saying by the end of March, calling for targets that are at $7 at a minimum is not such a bad sounding line of logic, is it? Absolutely, you could be all the way up here, and absolutely, you might even be able to move faster. It's completely possible. Oftentimes, like this, whenever you move up pretty fast and you consolidate like this, I feel like you do kind of move more methodically on your way up. You find resistance here and there, stuff like that. But it could happen. You could still rip all the way through. We've done it before. It can happen again. This was also before a lot of private placement sales came in. Anyways, $3.68 now. The Bitwise, when is, let's see, what's the status, Grok? What's the status on the BitW ETF being approved? Yeah, hit us all, Grok. Let's see. The reason why this is significant is because the Bitwise 10 crypto ETF incorporates Bitcoin Cash. BCHG would then have somewhat of an ETF to play off of to some degree. As of March 5th, the Bitwise 10 crypto index not fully been approved. On November 13th, 2024, yeah. Well, let's see. If approved, yeah. Without an official post, the status remains in limbo. See, now this doesn't make sense, right? Maybe Grok just doesn't know. But the SEC, I'm pretty sure they were supposed to make a decision. So the fact that they haven't is kind of weird. Whatever, it's irrelevant. We're going to move on. BCHG, you're going to be anywhere from $7.77 by the end of the month, if not higher at $23. Maybe you're even higher than that. Ultimately, I would expect whenever it comes time to the end of April, because I expect Bitcoin Cash itself will be moving up until the end of April. I would expect that BCHG is at 43 bucks to 94 bucks. You're going to be moving up to this area. Wait, but that means we're going to new all-time highs, C-Zar. I know. BCHG will likely see new all-time highs, if not by the end of April, sometime in this cycle. I really do believe it's got higher to grow after that, but from this point on, you guys, I think that you're going to start to see some life back in this stuff. It's been a while. I know it's been a while, but even in the midst of this downward sloping movement here, every time we moved up, it was very, very quick. Without the downward sloping movements, when you actually were moving up, you'd be boring, and then when you decided to move up, boom, 2 weeks. Boom, 2 weeks. Boom, 6 weeks. You know what I mean? Or 5 weeks, however long it was. It doesn't take a lot of time for this thing to move up. So when I tell you by the end of the month, you're going to be in a different world, you will likely be up, if not at least 100%, multiple hundreds of percents, or even more than that. I very much do believe that you'll be at new highs by the end of this move, by the end of April. And that's also in part to Bitcoin Cash. My expectations for Bitcoin Cash are that it's going to do some very phenomenal growth in that same amount of time too. Let's move on to LTCN. LTCN, Litecoin Grayscale Trust. Litecoin itself has been a little bit lackluster. A little bit, but it's not, like it really isn't. It's just chilling. It's still got higher low. It's consolidating in this area. It's moving up a little bit today even, so maybe you see a little pop in LTCN, but Litecoin looks like it's about to break out in a phase of its own. I would expect within the next 2 weeks, maybe even by the end of this week, you're back above 140 bucks and breaking out of this overall zone you've been in for a couple of years now, and on your way to prices that are at $300 to $400, right? Litecoin is about to rip, you guys. It really is about to rip, and with that in mind, LTCN 2 will likely rip. Again, same kind of thoughts as Bitcoin BCHG. You're at this price last year. Actually, this was like January, and it took you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, right? If we were to do 8 weeks from now, 9 weeks, that would put us at the end of April, and that was a 328% move. It might go higher than this, but I would say more likely LTCN is not going to see higher highs than this by the end of April. But I suppose that all depends. It really depends on what Litecoin does. I am actually expecting that we'll be up here by the end of March. So if we're up here by the end of March and April does bring us to new all-time highs and we see a $1,000 target, then absolutely by the end of April, Litecoin would move up higher, or LTCN would move up higher. The target areas that I would expect by the end of March, by the end of April, as of now, would be about anything from 36 bucks to 45 bucks. You're at $9.24 now. I think this is what you have to look forward to over the next 8 weeks or so. If I'm wrong on that, my assumption is it will only be higher, but that also weighs heavily on Litecoin itself. Okay, if we look at the weekly RSI, higher lows. I don't know. You're finding support at the 40 area. It's not the worst thing. It doesn't look too convincingly bullish, but it's not bearish either. It's rather neutral. Daily RSI, finding support down in these areas. You've had so many opportunities to get oversold, but you just don't. It's just crazy. And you've been very bearish too, but just methodical on your way down. Very, very tricky stuff here. A lot of volume came in here, and you didn't go anywhere. So I'm thinking you're going to move up. Yeah, absolutely confident in that. HZen is the next one we're going to talk about. Then we'll talk about G-Link and wrap this bad thing up, all right? G-Link, HZen, let me see. Zen, we'll just take a quick look. Okay, I did not mean to do that. I don't know if you guys could even see that, but that was... I pressed a button on my computer. I'd never done that before. Not that I haven't ever pressed a button. I've pressed plenty of buttons, but just not that button specifically. High to low, it was the self-destruct button. It was the sell every crypto button. I didn't mean to. It's okay. No, that didn't happen. $11.46 right now. $11.45 right now for Zen. Golden ratio all the way down to the 236. It's not really encouraging, but that's okay. It happens sometimes. We look at the weekly time frame. I don't mind your weekly RSI at all. I think actually this would suggest that, yeah, you're about to rip. You're about to move up higher. Let's look at the daily time frame. Higher lows, breaking out of your downtrend in the RSI. Yeah, you're looking good. You're looking postured like you do want to move up. So just like Bitcoin Cash, just like Litecoin, you look like you are going to move up, like a lot of cryptos over the coming weeks. And I would assume that that Zen, you're at 11 bucks now. By the end of March, you could really be above 30 bucks. By the end of April, I would anticipate that you're above this high. You're probably at like 80 bucks. But like you're going to see some crazy, if not more, crazy growth for Zen in a short amount of time. So I think HZen itself is on its way as well. We're at $2.68 now. Low here to the high there. 786, 886 area. Finding support at prior areas of support back here. Deep retracement. Oftentimes, whenever you move through your golden ratio like this and you see a deep retracement, you rip all the way up to the 382 236 area, something like that, maybe even just to the 0.5, but you're at 268. I would think that, again, you probably see about a 100% move or more by the end of March. By the end of April, depending on how Zen performs, I could really see you being at targets that are above $11, potentially as high as about $15. You're at 268 now. Okay, so bullish endeavors ahead for Zen, for HZen. If we look and finish this thing up with G-Link, okay, I actually want to look real quick on the daily time frame too. Bullish divergence, kind of. It's not bad. Moving down, volume's dying off. As you're moving down, good to see. Nice. That volume will probably come back in. You're finding support at prior areas of support. Good things. Yes. G-Link here. Nope. G-Link like that, I think. Yeah, there we go. G-Link. How are you moving down, man? Didn't Link move up today? Or it moved up over the last 24 hours? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, it's down 13.9%. Wow. And then yesterday it was up 21%. That's crazy. A lot of volume on the lows here. A lot of volume on the lows. And you didn't go lower. So that tells me there's some serious interest in this thing. I wonder if there's something happening with Link that we're unaware of. I want to see. I did a video on Link earlier and I was bullish on it, but I don't remember being crazy bullish. I mean, hey, man, you're moving up. You're doing some good stuff, breaking out. Hey, Link's looking good, man. It's looking pretty damn good. Oh, yeah. More bullish than most right now. By the end of March, I absolutely wouldn't be surprised if you were at new all-time, no, that's not all-time highs, new relative highs. Going into April, you really could be at new all-time highs. I think Link is about to move with a purpose. I suspect Link will see a move that's bigger than anything it's seen so far this cycle. Right, this is a pretty big move. This move was bigger. Okay, so let's go with that. Low to high. If that's true, then you're at least going to go to 41 bucks. You're at 17 bucks now. And I would think you see something bigger, so you probably move up to your all-time highs by the end of March, if not early April, which means end of April you'll be at even higher targets. Maybe you're at 100 bucks by the end of April, man. I forget what I said in my video earlier, but probably something on the lines of this, I would assume. This is just a quick analysis, right? $54 from 17. That's not bad, man. If Link sees that kind of stuff, G-Link is going to see some crazy growth, and that might explain why there's so much volume down here at the lows. Triple bottom in effect, not a common thing to do. Oftentimes with triple bottoms, they're not real. They're just prolonged quadruple bottoms or quintuple bottoms, which don't hold and you inevitably break. But sometimes in the right environments, they do produce very strong bounces. That's a lot of volume here at an area that you would have looked to break out, but you didn't. I mean, man, if I saw this, if this was flipped, if we were on the upside and you had a lot of volume here, I would think we're going down. In fact, you kind of did this here. You saw a lot of volume. Without this candle, this looks like a lot of volume down here. And look at what you did. You double topped and you didn't go higher. You reversed all the way back down. I suspect, you guys, over the coming weeks, G-Link, if you've had a hell of a time, by the end of March, I think this thing's going to be worth over 100 bucks. By the end of April, you'll be at new all-time highs. I'm thinking so. I think this thing's got 10x potential in a short amount of time. Yeah. Where would you be? Let's see. High to low here. High to low. Perfect. 269 right there. That's a nice 8.8x. 519 as the maximum target at a 17x. Hell yeah, man. HZen I would have thought would have been the one that has the most potential, but I'm liking G-Link. It depends though. Zen will probably outperform Link, so if that happens, HZen might outperform G-Link as well. But you never know with these things, you guys. I think G-Link is in a prime position to rip here. New all-time highs are coming. Absolutely. I mean, not absolutely. You never know, but I think by the end of April, new all-time highs for G-Link are pretty damn likely to happen. Yeah. I got nothing else to say, you guys. I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I know that I did it kind of like short an individual analysis for each of these, but because I combined 4 of them in one, I just wanted to kind of breeze through it and tell you guys what I'm seeing, because I know I haven't talked about Grayscale in a while. Beyond all that, on a weekly basis, actually, to finish this video up with G-Link, you do have higher lows here. With lower lows, that is a form of bullish divergence on a weekly time frame. I think you're going to rip. I really do think you're going to move up. As long as it took you to move down, you're going to move up in like half the time or less. That's my thoughts. Okay, guys, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.